Working. Yep. So welcome everybody to this session of the Employment Committee, 8th of October. Thank you for being here. This meeting is being recorded and will be uploaded. Item 1 of the agenda is apologies. I know we have a couple of apologies. Please can we name them?
I've got apologies from Councillor Thompson and Councillor Neil, who's running late. I can also, I can see Councillor Thompson has joined online. If you can confirm you can hear us, Councillor Thompson.
Yes, I can. Thank you.
Brilliant, thank you. And I can also see we've got Councillor Webb online. If you could confirm you can hear us, Councillor Webb.
Yes, I can hear you.
Brilliant, thank you.
Thank you. And did you say Councillor Gilby? I know he is sending his apologies.
Sorry, yeah, I've forgotten Councillor Gilby as well.
Item number 2, declarations of interest. Are there any? And if there are, please state them. No. Item 3, minutes of the meeting of the 2nd of July. Are they, please can we take a vote on them being correct and they will be adopted. Please can I have a seconder for that?
Councillor Allen, happy to second.
Thank you. Can we take a quick vote on the minutes from the last meeting? Thank you. If you, yeah.
That's unanimous.
Item number 4, any urgent items of business?
None notified, Chair.
Item number 5, update from the chair of the local joint committee. That's me. We had a meeting a couple of hours ago. There were no issues raised by the local joint committee. They had a similar presentation as we're about to receive, and we covered some good questions and points, but all in all, nothing of issue to address here, unless you want to add anything, Paul.
No, Chair.
Item number 6, minutes of the subgroup. Just for us to note, we're not voting unless anybody wants to say anything on the subgroup notes. Right, so main items of business is item number 7, the employer supported volunteering programme benefit, and Antoinette. Oh right, sorry. Serves me right for reading it out. Annual workforce qualities monitoring report. Thank you. And Antoinette is going to present this. Thank you, Antoinette. And if you wouldn't mind introducing yourself as well, that'd be great.
Thank you, Chair. I'll just do a very brief introduction, then hand over to Antoinette, and Antoinette can do an introduction there. This report comes through to committee with the request for committee to agree for publishing. The report is for the period 1st of April 24 to the 31st of March 2025. As the committee, many of the committee will be aware, we have a responsibility for providing this report, employee workforce monitoring report, each year, up to included the end of March. This report actually complies with that legal responsibility. So I'll ask Antoinette to introduce herself and to just do a quick overview of the report. And I'm sure Antoinette would be happy to take any questions. Thank you.
Thank you, Paul. Thank you, Chair. I'm Antoinette Akwaku. I'm Head of Organizational Development and here to present the Annual Workforce Equalities Monitoring Report 24-25. Thank you. I'm sure it's an extensive report and I'm sure you've managed to have an overview. Really just to draw your attention to some key achievements. We have, as of last year, we have now refreshed our manager's behavior framework, developed an employee wellbeing toolkit and got EDI dashboard. We've carried out recruitment and retention to increase our apprenticeships, updated our learning and development learning packages and training delivery. We continue to strengthen our networks going forward. The main themes of insights gained from the workforce profiles around headcount. We've steadily grown there's been a steady growth over the last 5 years. The average age of the workforce is around 46 5.5. Notable increases in staff around ages 30 to 39 and 60 and 64. Our disability gap is slowly narrowing as well. So those members, employees declaring a disability is now 5.9. This was up from last year from 5.5, excuse me. We are now representative of the local community, and this has gone up to 15%. Our gender profile is 78 female and 22% male. Other notable, we've managed to narrow the gender mean gap has reduced from 15.9% in 2021 to 10.5 this year. And the median gap is now 10.3. Again, minority ethnics also, that gap exists, but there's a gap that exists around bonus pay gaps that persists, has been persistent. So efforts will be made to narrow that. Our turnover has also reduced, like I said, and we are looking into our disciplinary and grievances, notably focus around bullying and harassment. With training, etc., that is being currently being rolled out for managers to address those issues. In summary, we have made significant progress, but there's still gaps remain around some paid disparities within some group areas, and employee relation issues remain critical, but we are focused on data-driven action and visible leadership. So that is the summary of the workforce annual report for now. Any questions?
Thank you very much for that. And it certainly looks like lots of things are going in the right direction. Councillor Gilby, in his absence, certainly one of the things he picked up on was the sort of low number of people declaring disability. Even though it's going up, it's still very low. Maybe that is reflective. I don't know how that that marries up with the local locality. The bullying and harassment, I'm interested, you know, how much, whether that's a training thing or a culture thing. I would like to think it was something that probably could be sorted out with training, but it would certainly be interesting to see how that is reflected next year. The wellbeing toolkit, does that have a good pickup? People?
We just rolled it up. Yes, so that currently is having traction with especially a focus around reasonable adjustments. So it's now clearer around the guidance that we're providing on that. So managers are beginning to use it as a resource. We're continuing to embed it and socialize it across the council.
Yeah, well, thank you very much. Does anybody else have any questions? Councillor McLean.
Thank you for your report, which I found very interesting to read. I just wanted to have some clarity around the chart on 5.5 on page 12, where green denotes results within 10% of target and red denotes results more than 10% below target. I was just not clear about those because some of the figures, so for example, you've got 4.5.4 with a target of 10%, but then some of the figures are highlighted in red when they're actually within 10% of the target. And on 4.5.7, you've got a figure of 18.5 in red, which is with a target of 15%. So I just wanted to have some clarity on why some were in red and some in green, when it seemed to suggest above that that wasn't what was going on. So,
sorry, the target is normally based on a yearly target, and that's set part of our performance metrics overall. So as there's improvement against that target, it's that we then show it in green, and if it's not, and then we show it in red. So if
And just for clarity, so for example, the 4.5.4, the target for 24-25 is 10%. And given that the outturn was 4.9%, that's actually 5.1% away from the target. Hence why it's actually shown as red on that on that table there. And likewise, that's table 4.5.7. The target for the percentage of staff leaving within 1 year of starting, the target's 15. In 23-24, that was 18.5%, hence why that is showing as red. But for this year, the outturn on there is actually 13.9%, which is clearly was more than meeting the target, hence why that is showing its green.
Go ahead, Councillor Allen.
Yeah, so I want to actually point out something that was highlighted in the local joint committee. It was the graph on page, or a graph on page 20 or 34 of the papers, that shows the head count and the WTE stacked on top of each other, whereas they should actually be separate numbers, or separate graphs, because they're not cumulative. So I just thought I'd highlight that here, as well as
Noted, and
Okay.
we'll change it before publication.
Thank you. Welcome, Councillor Neil, as well. Any other questions, Antoinette or Paul? Okay, thank you very much. Thank you for presenting, and thank you for producing the such substantial report. So I will move the recommendations on page 11, the agenda. Recommendations 2.1. Please, could I have a seconder?
Councillor Allen, happy to second.
Thank you very much. I don't wish to say anything further. Would you like to say anything further? Would anybody else like to say anything, speak on this? Okay, well, let's take a vote. All in favour of passing this, thank you very much.
That's carried.
Okay. And I don't think we've got anything else on our agenda for this evening. So I thank everybody for attending, and wish you all a good evening, and see you next time.